This is gonna be a secret reading for Aries. What we see from the cards is a very confusing situation where someone around you recently left and left you wondering why did they leave and if they will ever come back. At the top of the reading, one of the strongest energies that we see coming from the spread is Four of Wands reversed. And here we can immediately see and recognize a situation where you're feeling very unstable. Something happened, whether it was recently or in the past few months, maybe years, that you still need answers on. In fact, when we have a Four of Wands, not only we feel unstable with the overall situation, but also inside of us, we cannot have peace. There is something we keep thinking about, and the more we think about, the more confused we become. In general, when we see this card, we see a situation where we used to have some kind of support, whether it was from friends, family, or from a partner. And when it's reversed, we definitely see the lack of that support, which means that someone left. They left home, they left your life, which is bringing a whole lot of different questions about what happened and why did they do it. In this case, we can definitely see that in the moment where this situation ended and they left, there wasn't clear communication about why they were leaving, or if they said something about it, it didn't feel as though it was real to you. You still felt that they were hiding something much bigger than the reasons that they actually told you about. And underneath this card, underneath the surface, we can start seeing a little bit more details about why they left at that time. Eight of Cups. When we see this card, we definitely have someone who's trying to move away from a very emotional situation. We don't know yet what those emotions are related to, but it's definitely something that it's very heavy on them. It's a very powerful energy that requires a lot of work in order to be handled. In fact, with the Eight of Cups, usually we have people leaving because they're exhausted by a specific situation or element that it's stressing them out and giving them a lot of anxiety. And so right here, we start seeing that transition that we already talked about with the Four of Wands reversed up there, where this person is walking away from something, from someone, and they don't know where they're going. The confusion, it's in your head because it's in their head as well. There is a lot at this point with this energy that a person is trying to figure out, but they know that in order to be able to fully figure it out and fix the situation, the only thing that they can do right here is walk away. Even if it's for just few days, few weeks, few months, they see that as the only option that they have right now in order to fix whatever was broken up here. And we can definitely see this confusion and frustration that it's around you. Ace of Swords reversed. With this card, in fact, we usually see a breakthrough moment, mental clarity, and being able to get to the root of the problems. Usually this is a very powerful energy, and it's powerful as well when it's reversed. Although right here, it's talking about not understanding what's going on in a specific situation, being confused, be surrounded by chaos, and living life as a blur. When we get into this energy right here, it's always very important to take baby steps. Instead of trying to find out about the ultimate truth, what we can do here is just trying to understand as much as we can, even though the things that we can see might be small elements of the picture. This is definitely a message for you that it's saying, don't look for the major truth. Just try to think about the situation and the small things that have happened right before this Four of Wands reversed manifested itself. Because the truth that you're looking for may be hidden in between those elements. But we definitely see that right now, given the situation, you, but also them, as we will see in a second, are still having a lot of negative thoughts. Eight of Swords. And right here, we definitely have you trying to go through this advice of the Ace of Swords reversed, but overall there are a lot of things that are limiting your vision and your imagination at this point. In fact, all you can do is just focusing on your insecurities, which are absolutely normal given what you are going through right here. The emotions and pain that this situation is bringing to you are preventing you to look past them and start understanding what's really behind these energies right here, and especially this Eight of Cups, which is definitely the key to understand what went on at that point in time. With the Eight of Swords, we definitely see someone who decides to be imprisoned by these thoughts, which also means that you have the power and the ability to get out of the situation and start focusing on the things that can take you to the next step, whether it is in this relationship itself or just the next step in life, because you really are going to need to focus on your well-being here. And if your well-being depends on the truth, then let go of the pain, at least for now, until you find out what went on, which could mean that whatever happened here, it's something that it doesn't relate to you at all. And although it can still be hurtful, at least it will help you understand the truth much better. Strength reversed. And here we see their side. If you're wondering how they're doing and what they're thinking about, we definitely see someone who has a lot of self-doubt and overall low energy. With the Strength upright, usually we see a very confident person with a lot of inner strength. But when this card is reversed, all we see is that lack of inner strength and someone who's about to feeling very depressed and overall feeling very weak. So if you're wondering at some point if they left maybe for someone else, maybe they have some other interest in other people, in other situations, what we see here instead is that the root of the problem, which you're looking for right here, comes actually from within themselves. There is something else that we will see later that caused the situation, and it's giving them, as it was giving it to you, a lot of stress as well. Nine of Swords. We've just seen from you this Eight of Swords energy surrounding you. But as you see, for them, it's even one step ahead, which makes the situation even harder. They feel the same pain you do, these 8 swords, but on top of those swords we have an extra one, and it's probably given by the fact that they have this secret and this thing that they're keeping inside of themselves, other than feeling regret for having caused all of this. With the Nine of Swords, we can definitely see that they're not doing well either, regardless of the fact that you are in communication, regardless of the fact that you know about this or not. They might be hiding it, but overall, there's still a lot of work that they feel they have to do in order to recuperate from the situation and be honest to themselves and hopefully to you as well. And there is still a lot that needs to be seen from this card, and if you want to have more insights and details about how this situation will evolve and if they will ever finally come back, make sure to check out the extended reading linked below.